Top 7 Super Drinks for Healthy Eyes. Have you ever ended your day with sore, tired eyes, or a headache you can't quite explain, only to realize you've been glued to a screen for hours? It's a common story nowadays. But what's alarming is that over 2.2 billion people worldwide suffer from some form of vision impairment or blindness, and nearly half of these cases are preventable. That's right, preventable. Conditions like age-related macular degeneration, AMD, diabetic retinopathy, cataracts, and even dry eye syndrome often sneak up with no early warning signs. By the time you notice a problem, some of the damage might already be permanent. The truth is, your eyes are under constant stress from blue light, environmental pollutants, and poor nutrition, and while many rush to eye drops or glasses, few realize that what you drink every day can either protect or damage your vision over time. So today, let's talk about something refreshingly simple: 7 super drinks for healthy eyes. No fancy pills, no expensive treatments, just real, natural beverages that feed your eyes with powerful antioxidants, vitamins, and phytonutrients. And we're not talking about the usual orange juice or carrot blend. These drinks are slightly off the beaten path, but they're packed with science-backed ingredients that support vision, reduce inflammation, protect retinal cells, and help prevent long-term damage. So let's get into it. And by the end, you'll not only know what to drink, but how, when, and why it makes a real difference. First up, blueberry and hibiscus infusion. These little blue gems are packed with anthocyanins, which are natural plant pigments with strong antioxidant effects. What makes them so special for your eyes is their ability to protect the delicate structures of the retina from oxidative stress. The retina, especially the macula, is extremely sensitive to free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells. Anthocyanins help neutralize these harmful compounds, slowing down degeneration and supporting overall retinal health. In fact, a randomized controlled trial published in Nutrients, 2019, found that anthocyanin supplementation improved visual function and contrast sensitivity in people with early-stage macular degeneration over 12 weeks. That's a pretty big deal when you realize how many people are at risk without even knowing it. Hibiscus might not be something you'd immediately associate with eye health, but it absolutely deserves a spot on this list. This beautiful deep red flower contains flavonoids, especially hibiscin and delphinidin, which are known for their blood pressure-lowering effects. Now, why does that matter for your eyes? Because your eyes rely on healthy blood flow to function. Poor circulation can starve the optic nerve and retina of nutrients and oxygen, which over time leads to damage. A study published in the Journal of Hypertension, 2010, showed that hibiscus tea, consumed daily for just 6 weeks, significantly reduced both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in adults with mild hypertension. Lowering blood pressure improves microcirculation, particularly in the tiny capillaries that nourish your eyes. The magic really happens when you bring these two ingredients together. Combining blueberries and hibiscus not only creates a vibrant, flavorful drink, but also doubles down on anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. This is particularly helpful for people dealing with dry eye syndrome, digital eye strain, or general eye fatigue from too much screen time. The anthocyanins protect your photoreceptors, while the flavonoids enhance circulation, creating a synergistic effect that supports both the structure and function of your eyes. To make this at home, simply steep a tablespoon of dried hibiscus petals in hot water for 10 minutes. Toss in a small handful of crushed fresh or frozen blueberries and let it infuse as it cools. You can drink it warm or cold. Just be mindful if you have low blood pressure, as hibiscus can make it drop a little more. It's a naturally caffeine-free, refreshing drink that does a lot more than just taste good. Try it a few times a week, and you might be surprised how much brighter and more comfortable your eyes feel. Next, pumpkin seed and turmeric golden milk. It might sound a bit out of the ordinary, but this creamy blend made from turmeric, pumpkin seeds, and plant-based milk is surprisingly powerful when it comes to protecting your eyes. Let's break it down. First, we've got zinc, which plays a behind-the-scenes but critical role in your vision. Zinc is essential for transporting vitamin A from your liver to your retina, where it's used to produce melanin, the pigment that protects your eye's photoreceptor cells. Without enough zinc, this transport system falters, which can lead to poor night vision and even worsen age-related macular degeneration. A long-term study called the Age-Related Eye Disease Study, ARDS, actually showed that zinc supplementation slowed the progression of advanced AMD by 25% in high-risk individuals. That's a serious impact for a mineral many people overlook. Then there's vitamin E, another key player, especially when it comes to protecting your eyes from oxidative damage. The retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in the body and uses a lot of oxygen, which makes it highly vulnerable to oxidative stress. Vitamin E helps protect cell membranes in the retina from breaking down due to free radical damage. A deficiency in this fat-soluble vitamin has been associated with retinal thinning and visual decline, especially in aging adults. And guess what? Pumpkin seeds are a rich, plant-based source of both zinc and vitamin E, making them a double win for eye health. But perhaps the most exciting ingredient here is curcumin, the bright yellow compound found in turmeric. Curcumin has been widely studied for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, but its benefits for the eyes are now being recognized, too. A 2018 lab-based study on rats showed that curcumin helped protect retinal cells from degeneration in models of glaucoma. These findings suggest curcumin can reduce inflammation in eye tissues and possibly slow the progression of diseases like glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy. The catch? Curcumin isn't absorbed well on its own, but black pepper, or more specifically its compound piperine, boosts its absorption by up to 2,000%. Putting it all together is simple. Soak about 1 tablespoon of raw pumpkin seeds overnight. In the morning, blend them with a cup of warm plant-based milk, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and a small pinch of black pepper. You can sweeten it with a bit of honey or a date if you like. It's comforting, nourishing, and works best when consumed regularly, about 2 to 3 times a week. This drink is especially helpful for people who deal with eye strain, early signs of cataracts, or those who spend long hours on screens. Just be mindful if you're on blood thinners or have gallbladder issues, as turmeric can interact with those conditions. Now, let's talk about the Kiwi cucumber electrolyte water. Kiwi might not get the spotlight as often as other fruits, but when it comes to eye health, it deserves a standing ovation. This fuzzy little fruit is bursting with vitamin C, lutein, and zeaxanthin, a trio that forms a natural shield around the lens and macula, 2 of the most delicate and vital parts of your eyes. Vitamin C, in particular, is crucial for maintaining the integrity of the eye's blood vessels and for preventing oxidative damage. Since the eyes are constantly exposed to light and environmental stress, having strong antioxidant protection is key. In fact, the Age-Related Eye Disease Study 2, ARDS 2, reinforced the role of antioxidants like vitamin C, lutein, and zeaxanthin in reducing the risk of advanced macular degeneration, especially in older adults. Now, lutein and zeaxanthin are not just antioxidants. They're carotenoids that actually accumulate in the macula, a small area of the retina responsible for sharp, central vision. They act like internal sunglasses, absorbing harmful blue light and neutralizing free radicals before they can do damage. What's interesting is that your body doesn't produce these carotenoids on its own. You have to get them from your diet. And here's where cucumber comes in to balance the mix. While kiwi brings in the heavy-hitting antioxidants, cucumber adds hydration and silica. Your eyes depend on a stable tear film to stay moist and protected, and dehydration is one of the sneakiest culprits behind dry eyes, especially if you're indoors with air conditioning or glued to a screen all day. Cucumber, being over 95% water, helps replenish fluid levels. It also contains silica, a trace mineral that supports the connective tissues in the eyes. Think eyelids, tear glands, and the tiny muscles that control eye movement. Blending 1 peeled kiwi with half a cucumber creates a hydrating, cooling tonic that not only tastes fresh, but also delivers targeted nutrients right where they're needed. Add a small pinch of Himalayan salt to replenish electrolytes, especially if you're drinking this first thing in the morning. Try having this at least 3 times a week, especially if you struggle with dry eye syndrome, eye fatigue, or if you live in a dry or polluted environment. It's a gentle but effective way to support your vision without any fuss. Another underrated gem is beetroot and pomegranate tonic. Beetroot and pomegranate might seem like a bold, earthy combination. Still, they create a deeply nourishing drink with profound benefits for eye health, especially when it comes to improving circulation and protecting delicate retinal tissue. Let's start with beetroot, which is naturally high in dietary nitrates. Once consumed, these nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, a compound that helps dilate blood vessels and enhance blood flow throughout the body. That includes the optic nerve and retinal vessels, which are often compromised in people with diabetes or those at risk of retinal degeneration. Proper blood flow is essential for maintaining sharp vision, as it ensures a steady delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the eye's most sensitive structures. What's really exciting is that this isn't just theory, there's actual evidence supporting it. An animal study published in 2020 found that beetroot extract significantly enhanced ocular blood flow and helped maintain visual acuity even under conditions of reduced oxygen. This is especially relevant for people who are dealing with early signs of diabetic retinopathy or other conditions where oxygen supply to the retina becomes compromised. Better blood flow helps flush out metabolic waste and reduces the buildup of oxidative stress, both of which are major drivers of retinal cell damage. Now, when we add pomegranate into the mix, things get even better. This jewel-toned fruit is rich in ellagic acid, punicalagin, and other potent polyphenol, natural compounds known for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. These compounds have been shown to protect retinal cells from oxidative damage, which is especially important in aging eyes or conditions like macular degeneration. Together, beetroot and pomegranate make a nutrient-dense, oxygen-boosting, and cell-protective powerhouse. To prepare it, juice one small fresh beet, then blend it with a handful of pomegranate seeds. Strain the mixture through a fine sieve or cheesecloth to get a smooth, vibrant red juice. It's best consumed every other day, especially in the morning or early afternoon when your body is most active and your circulatory system can make the most of it. Don't skip the aloe vera and green grape cooler. Aloe vera and green grapes may not be your typical go-to combo, but when it comes to supporting eye health, this duo packs a surprisingly effective punch. Aloe vera has long been praised for its soothing properties, particularly for skin and gut health, but its benefits extend to your eyes in ways many people don't realize. The gel of the aloe plant contains aloin, asamanin, and other polysaccharides, which are known for their anti-inflammatory and tissue-repairing effects. These compounds work by modulating the body's immune response and calming inflammation, an especially helpful property for people who deal with recurring eye redness, itchiness, or seasonal allergies that leave their eyes irritated and sensitive. But the benefits of aloe aren't just surface level. There's an interesting connection between gut health and eye health, and aloe helps bridge that gap. A healthy gut means better absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A and E, both of which are crucial for maintaining healthy vision and protecting the retina. Aloe vera has been shown to promote the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, supporting smoother digestion and better nutrient uptake, which means the eyes get more of what they need from your diet. Now let's talk about green grapes. More than just a sweet snack, they're loaded with resveratrol, lutein, and other antioxidants that offer powerful protection to your retina. Lutein, a carotenoid, concentrates in the macula and acts as a natural blue light filter while shielding photoreceptor cells from oxidative damage. Meanwhile, resveratrol, found primarily in the skin of the grapes, helps protect blood vessels in the eye and fights age-related deterioration. Putting this drink together is refreshingly simple and doesn't require any fancy tools. Scoop out about 2 tablespoons of fresh aloe vera gel. Make sure it's the clear inner gel, not the yellow sap, which can be irritating. Toss it into a blender with a handful of green grapes, a splash of fresh lemon juice for a vitamin C boost, and a bit of zing, and half a cup of cool water. Blend until smooth and drink it first thing in the morning or mid-afternoon for a gentle refresh. Now here's one for the multitaskers: spinach and pineapple digestive blend. Spinach and pineapple might seem like an unusual pairing at first, but when it comes to eye health, This blend is one of the most effective and delicious drinks you can add to your routine. Spinach is often hailed as a superfood, and for good reason. It's loaded with lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin K, and folate, all of which play key roles in maintaining the health and function of your eyes. Lutein and zeaxanthin, in particular, are two carotenoids that are highly concentrated in the macula, the small central part of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. These compounds act as internal sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and neutralizing free radicals that can damage retinal cells over time. There's real data to support just how protective these nutrients are. A major cross-sectional study found that people with higher dietary intake of lutein and zeaxanthin had a 43% lower risk of developing advanced age-related macular degeneration, AMD. That's a staggering number, especially considering how common AMD is, particularly in adults over the age of 50. What makes lutein and zeaxanthin unique is that the body does not make them. You have to get them from your diet, and spinach is one of the richest natural sources available. Adding pineapple to the mix brings even more benefits, and not just for flavor. Pineapple contains bromelain, a natural enzyme with strong anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation plays a silent but serious role in the progression of many eye conditions, including cataracts, AMD, and uveitis, inflammation of the middle layer of the eye. By reducing systemic inflammation, bromelain helps protect the delicate tissues in and around the eye. It also improves digestion, which indirectly boosts the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, E, and K, all crucial for eye function. To make it, take 1 cup of raw spinach, a thick slice of fresh pineapple, and about half a cup of water or coconut water, just enough to blend it into a smooth, drinkable consistency. Coconut water adds a subtle sweetness and a hit of electrolytes, making it great for mornings or post-workout recovery. Finally, let's end with something cozy and calming, chamomile lemon balm herbal tea. While it might not strike you as an obvious choice for eye health, this calming herbal tea made from chamomile and lemon balm actually addresses a deeply underestimated contributor to vision problems: chronic stress and poor sleep. In today's fast-paced world, we often look for direct nutrients or antioxidants for eye support. Still, many people overlook how mental stress, elevated cortisol levels, and sleep disturbances quietly wreak havoc on eye function over time. Let's break this down. Elevated cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, doesn't just keep your mind racing. It also constricts blood vessels, increases intraocular pressure, and triggers low-grade inflammation. These effects are especially damaging to the delicate vessels in the retina and optic nerve. Over time, chronic stress can even lead to or worsen conditions like central serous retinopathy, where fluid builds up under the retina, causing blurred or distorted vision. Even something as simple as frequent eye twitching or visual fatigue can be traced back to a nervous system imbalance due to overactive cortisol. That's where chamomile and lemon balm come in as a gentle yet powerful solution. Chamomile contains apigenin, a natural compound that binds to benzodiazepine receptors in the brain, promoting calmness and sleep without sedation. Lemon balm, on the other hand, is rich in rosmarinic acid, which has been shown to reduce anxiety, improve GABA availability in the brain, and lower stress-induced inflammation. Together, they help soothe the nervous system, lower cortisol, and promote deeper, more restorative sleep, all of which support overnight eye recovery, especially after long hours in front of screens or in harsh lighting. To prepare this calming eye-supportive drink, simply steep 1 teaspoon each of dried chamomile and lemon balm in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. Cover the cup while steeping to trap the therapeutic oils. You can optionally sweeten with a teaspoon of raw honey, which has its own antioxidant and antimicrobial properties and won't spike your blood sugar if taken at night. Drink it about an hour before bed to give your body time to relax and ease into a restful state. So, these aren't magic potions, but over time, they add up. They support the microcirculation around your eyes, feed your retinal cells, and protect against oxidative stress, giving your eyes the best shot at staying sharp, clear, and comfortable. Try adding just one of these drinks to your routine for a week. Pay attention to how your eyes feel. Less dry, less tired, maybe even sharper. Let us know in the comments how it worked for you. Prevention doesn't have to be complicated, and the best time to start taking care of your eyes is today, before you start seeing the signs.